on aid into Gaza, because there was a significant statement from French, German and UK foreign ministers yesterday about this, saying 1 million children facing acute risk of starvation, epidemic disease and death. Said the Israeli decision to blockade is intolerable, and Defence Minister Katz's recent comments politicising aid are unacceptable. Called on Hamas to stop diverting aid and to release the hostages. I mean, you've said many times about your position on pressurising Hamas, but I just want to get, and you've talked about it being a North Star to get aid in just now. So what is the work? Are you using your considerable position to ask Israel to lift that blockade?
Well, the last part, my considerable position to do what?
The US using its position, because we haven't really heard about this part of it, to ask the Israelis or to pressure the Israelis to lift the blockade on aid?
Well, directly what I can say is the United States supports the flow of humanitarian aid with safeguards to ensure assistance is not diverted, looted, or misused by terrorist groups such as Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. And also when it comes to something like that private meeting mentioned from the earlier question, it's difficult when we've have such a horrible framework on the ground that all of us want to have, well, all of us, of course, except apparently Hamas, want to have changed. Our commitment remains to get that humanitarian aid flowing. It is the point of a ceasefire, right? It is the point of what the Special Envoy Witkoff has worked for and achieved. And we, of course, continue to work to try to re-achieve that. But we support Israel as, of course, the ally that they are. That's, I think our actions speak to the nature of what it is we're committed to.
But can I just clarify, because you mentioned this often about a ceasefire and that appearing to be linked to aid going in. Is one thing, are you saying that
there would be a reason, right?
Absolutely, but there is a way to get aid in, and it was done previously, while the conflict is still continuing. And I'm just trying to understand if an agreement is conditional on aid going in for you. So are you saying that aid will, which is what the Israeli position is basically, the Israeli government, is that aid will only go in when there's an agreement. So is that?
Well, yes, I won't, look, and as you know, and perhaps it's important for me to state it for what your stories are, but I'm not going to comment on Israeli decisions, Israeli negotiations, nor am I going to speak on where things stand currently between conversations. It is what I will say about every negotiation in every situation in the world. Our negotiations and actions never stop. So it's not like it starts at 8 in the morning and ends at 5 p.m. and then waits for a week before something else may happen.